So yesterday we are creating the virtual gateway, right? So it is created successfully.
Yes.
So it's successfully created here. So this is the virtual gateway yesterday which we have created. So if you currently you can see this overview. So we have, while creating a virtual gateway, we have connected. We have selected this virtual network. So this virtual network is connected to this. Okay, this virtual network now we can act as a hub. Okay, so for, like what is a hub? Yesterday we talked about the hub and spoke topology, right?
Yeah.
So you have any questions yesterday discussion? Yes.
So virtual gateway subnet will be the one for one VNet only.
Sorry, come again.
A virtual gateway subnet will be the only one for one VNet.
Yeah, but if only gateway subnet will be the one subnet. Okay, but you can create a custom subnet, but the gateway subnet you can create only one.
Gateway subnet only one.
Yeah, but you can create a other subnets, and then you can use for the you can create a name as a different name by using for the application gateways. For this, you can create it for the different subnets, but for the gateway, it will support only for the gateway subnet with the name. By default, you can create one gateway subnet.
Okay, so in Azure Cloud, we have a different multiple VNets. And also like this, like that means VNet 1, VNet 2, VNet 3. In the same case, in my on-premises also, we have different VNets, VNet 1, VNet 2, VNet 3, or only on-premises overall complete only one virtual network.
Yeah, because of VNets are connected between VNets, right? See, what you're talking about VNet 1, VNet 2, it's been interconnected. See, so in
Can you put another diagram, bro?
Yeah.
You draw another diagram there. It's already there.
Okay.
Yeah, here. So
you can see this is A and B are, see, these are different VNets. Okay.
correct.
But virtual gateway we created only in the C. Okay. So the connection will establish from on-prem to Azure from this gateway only. Okay. But once you make the hub and spoke, we have a connectivity, right? We have a connectivity A and B and B and C, right? And we have connectivity here with A and C also.
Yeah, that is good. But my doubt is in on-premises case, not in Azure Cloud. In on-premises, we have 3 VNets, right? 1, 2, 3, like that.
So on-prem, it won't come like a each VNet will require a gateway, right? Same like that, we can have a like right, the switches and the routers will come. Not like in the virtual gateway concept.
That is a must in on-premises. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Just for knowledge.
You are using the firewall, we can use, and you can configure or switch. We can a device you can use, and you can configure this connection.
So in Azure Cloud, if we connect hub to the VNet C, so we can connect with VNet C to on-premises all, right?
Yeah. No.
From VNet C to we can connect on-premises all.
Yes, on-prem all. Yeah.
All device, all virtual.
Only we have a interconnected with these switches. We are the on-prem. Okay.
By default, they'll connect.
By default, no. This is managed by on-prem environment. So we are not going to discuss this. We are only concentrating on Azure. That's why I didn't tell you about this.
Okay.
We have a how we have interconnected this like this. We have a here devices, routers, switches, and VLANs is being created in the switches. Okay. So it's been connected with this network. So once there is a device here, okay, they're using a firewall or device to connect the on-prem to Azure. Okay, from how
Okay.
we are using here virtual gateway, like that here we are using a firewall. Here we are
Okay.
using the firewall public IP, and VNet range is been allowing in the firewall. So same we are doing this configuration here. Okay, that way you can establishing the connection here. From once you establishing the connection from any mission on this means which subnet has been allowed for this connection, right? That subnet can able to access Azure VMs.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Got it. Mm-hmm.
but this we are not. I didn't tell because of we know about that. We are going to talking about only for Azure. That's why only I am making the connection. I'm asking. We are discussing only from on-prem to Azure. We didn't discuss inside the components.
Okay. Okay.
Give me 1 second. Yeah. We have anything?
Yeah. That's it.
So we have created now. So yesterday we discussed about hub and spoke, right? So we discussed when we have a virtual gateway, then only that VNet will act as a hub. So that's why we have created as a virtual gateway to create that, make them hub and spoke. Yesterday we have created between the VNets only. Yesterday we created a peering, right? The flat peering we have created. Flat connectivity we have created. We have selected as a none, right? While creating a peering connectivity, we have selected
Correct.
as a none and we have created. So when you have a flat network, it will be a connectivity between the VNets. When you have a flat connectivity, you can't able to access the Azure resources from on-prem. So that's way we need a hub and spoke topology is required. So what is a hub and spoke? Before we go and implement that hub and spoke, how we can create the connection, how we can identify the hub and spoke. So what is a hub and spoke? Hub and spoke is a network model actually. It's efficiently managing the common connections, and if all the workloads, if though this is the virtual gateway, right? So this virtual gateway is connected to this VNet. Okay, this is a hub. So this hub is going to manage all workloads of this VNet and other VM workloads also. But when you're talking about that way, it will work as a hub. When you talk about the spoke will work only the workloads of the specific VM resources only. Do you understand that difference? So hub, what is a hub in the sense? Hub will manage their workloads and other VNet workloads of the resources, all resources, workloads, it will manage it. Okay. When talk about the spoke, it will be managed only for their the workloads only. Workloads means like the traffic of the virtual machines of the storage accounts, whatever you created using this virtual network, it will be managing only for that specific VNet only. Hub will manage all other VNets also when we have configured the hub and spoke. Hub will manage for other VNets also the traffic, and the spoke will manages only the internal that VNet. What are the resources inside the VNet? It will manage that resource workloads only. It will manage the spoke. So that is the main difference between the hub and spoke actually.
Okay. In Azure Cloud, if we have 100 VNets, if we one VNet will be the hub, then remain 99 it will manage.
Yeah, it will manage. Yes.
Okay.
No, there is based upon your requirement actually. See, you 100 you won't keep in a single region, right?
Correct. Yeah.
You have multiple regions. Maybe currently we are using South India. Okay. Same like that, maybe UK you have a separate and US we have a separate. When you have these many units, your organization, it being the resources will more, the structure, everything is more. Okay. 100 units is not a small thing. Okay. So when you have that kind of why maybe that is across the region, maybe your applications or your branches or your offices, maybe like that. Then only you could have that those many VNets. Okay. So you have 4 regions or 5 regions. So maybe you won't keep all a different region VNets to be configured as one location as a hub. So each region we can create as one hub, and we get connected as a spokes remaining VNets. So that that region hub will connect, creating a connecting the separate express route connectivity or site to site connectivity to the on-prem. So we have a connections for each region. So we are not integrating for all 100 VNets with a different region in one hub and making connection to the express route. So it's been a huge impact. If suppose one that express route goes down, okay, our virtual network goes down, so your entire organization connectivity will lose, right?
Yeah, yes, bro.
So when you have a different regions, it's not recommend to make. You can able to do the peering, okay, hub and spoke peering. You can able to do the different region also. You can able to do that when you'll call it as a global peering. So yesterday what we done is the peering. Okay. When you that is when we have the both VNets are within the same region. Okay. These regions you configure a connectivity using peering connectivity. Okay. You make the connection using peering. So when this peering created, it's been with both the VNets are in the same region. That time we will call it as a peering connectivity.
Yeah.
You have a VNets are in the different region. So now this in South India, maybe other VNet is in UK South. Okay. That time you configured as a VNets between the VNets. You can create the connection. One UK South is one, and South India is one. So that peering you can configure the same way how you did it yesterday here. Okay, let's go here. So you have to configure the same way, but that will call as a global peering. Because of that, across the reasons we are making the reason VNets we are making the connection. So that peering connection you will call it as a global peering. If someone asks you in the interview, you should not confuse what is the difference, how you can identify in the sense. So the VNet there to they can ask you, what is the peering? The peering is nothing but the, interconnecting the virtual networks. Okay. So what is a global peering? Global peering also is doing the same, but when you are the VNets are in different region, so you are using for the global peering. That's it. Either hub and spoke or flat network or whatever it could be, the connection is there. Using a peering, you're making the connection. Later, you're talking about what kind of connection that is a hub and spoke or flat network. That is a later stage. So currently, what peering we have only is a flat network. How we are going to identify the how this connection is flat? When you select it as a none and default in the both VNet, then that VNet will call it as a flat network. Okay. Yeah. So when we'll use this VNet in the hub, right? This option, if you selected that VNet, will act as a hub. And when you selected the second option, use remote virtual gateway, that VNet will act as a spoke. That way you can identify the which one is hub and which one is the spoke VNets.
Okay, bro. So if we want different hubs, like in the one resource group, I need one hub. Okay, another resource group, I need another hub. So like that, we can create multiple hubs in Azure cloud environment.
If you want, you can create. So what is the use of creating a hub?
So hub. So if you want a connection between on-premises to Azure, if you want to connect them,
no, but
so then we'll use
group. It's not required. No, that's we are segregating. Not reason wise, we enough for one hub.
So reason wise, it will
one hub enough. Is enough. Yeah, one hub is enough.
Okay, one hub is enough to manage south, central, north.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
So now we have created a virtual gateway. So this virtual gateway is connected to core net, right? So this is your core net, correct? So let me remove this. this peering. Okay, I'm deleting this peering. So once you deleted this peering, so when I told you one option, when you want to be increasing the address space range, or you want to increase this
Connection should be removed.
that the VNet should be in isolated net.
Isolate.
Means VNet should not be connected to anyone, means that is a individual isolated. You can see,
Yeah.
update the address space of the virtual network, that the peers will cause the peered virtual network not able to connect to the new address space until you perform the sync operation on the peering. You can sync the peered virtual network in the peering tab, but this but requires you to contributor permissions on this peered virtual network. So
Yeah.
if you want to sync the peering, means you have to reconnect that peering. Okay. You can't go and sync. There is not like a sync option where you can sync. It's going to be synced that. Here before it was there 21 and we are giving 20. Okay. That address space has to be extended for other VNets. It won't add by defaultly. That's why we need to remove the existing connection. Currently, it's asking the error, right? So for that, what you have to do? Let me try without removing it. Okay. See, it's a fail. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I told you. So without removing the connection, you can't able to extend the address space. See, fail and it's back to 21 only. Okay. So let me remove this connection and let we'll try it. Okay.
So not only extension, we can
Adding
reduce
address
the
space
address
also.
space also.
If you adding new address space, if you want to add here new address space also same one like something different range. If you want to add that also it will be the same. Okay.
So that will be the add to the already existing one.
Yeah, yeah. If you want, no, when you are adding address
Plus
space
extra one for
range,
that. Continue.
when you are adding address space range here, that which are the VNets are connected to, it has to be talk, right? So without syncing that, it won't allow you to extend this new added virtual network or increasing virtual network. So that's why it's blocking to updating and creating that initially before removing this speed connection. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why it won't allow. So if you want to do that, you have to go and remove the peerings. Here you can go and delete it. If you delete here, it will delete both the connections. Here and here, both. While creating how it created the both the way connection. The same way, once you delete this peering, both peering connections will remove from source and destination. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm deleting it. Okay.
Okay.
Proceeding is so failed the deal virtual gateway connected related and error occur. There is some error came on this VNet. Let me go and see.
If we have a requirement to reduce address space, we can do that also, right?
No, how we can do? We are already using the subnet ranges. How you can reduce the address space range? That is not recommended. No.
Okay.
VM size can reduce, but the address space range has been already created the subnets, and you are splitting that VM address space range. See, this is the VM address space range. Okay, sorry, not VM, virtual network address space range. Once you are giving the address space range, in the using this address space, you are segregating the subnets here. So if you want to remove, then you have to delete. No, you are already using this address spaces ranges, correct?
I mean, if we have so many decommission requests, if we delete it all, in that case, just
VNet is virtual network. Reducing the address space range is not so. It's not the recommended.
Okay.
We should not thought about that actually. Always should be increasing and creating new, not for the decreasing.
Okay.
Okay. And now we have removed the peering and we have created the gateway, virtual gateway, right? For this coordinate. Okay. Let me go for the again peering. Okay. Create a peering here. So here we are going to give 4 net and what is that? Demo 1 RG VNet. Okay, demo RG VNet. So same like that, I am going to create in the this one also. Let me go on option wise. Okay, so this is VNet have a virtual gateway. So I am choosing as a first option. So this will act as a hub. Okay, I am going scroll down and here I am giving the name of the another connection. Okay, and I'm removing this. So it's been connecting RG demo 1 RG to core net. Okay, and here I'm selecting the VNet, which VNet I'm going to query, demo 1, correct? And here, see, this doesn't have a virtual gateway, so that's why it's not showing this option. Okay, here we can select only as a use remote virtual gateway because of this VNet doesn't have. This virtual network doesn't have gateway to enable the use the virtual gateway. We have to use only remote virtual gateway. Then only this when you selected this option, this VNet act as a spoke. Okay. Now you see, I have selected this as a remote virtual gateway or root server, and core net I have selected as a use virtual gateway. So that time for this connection is going to core net is going to act as a hub, and demo 1 RG VNet act as a spoke. Okay, I'm just adding it and it's going to creating a connection. Now it's created a connection successfully. Now you can see once you enable this in this when is a hub, so that is transit gateway is enabled for this. So this acting as a remote virtual gateway for this VNet. So if you go for peering connection, you can see that now this is a hub and another one. This one as a spoke. This one as a spoke. So that way you can identify here when seeing this option also you can identify that which VNet is a hub and which VNet is a spoke. Okay, if you want to identify in one more method, you can go for the virtual network virtual gateway, and you can see this virtual gateway is connected to which virtual network. So here also you can identify this is connected to a core net virtual network. So this act as a hub. So that we can identify the which one is hub and which one is spoke. Okay. Now we discussed about what is a hub and spoke, and we have created the connection, and we have made the hub and spoke topology in the between the VMs. Okay. If you we can able to create the. If you go for now, we have created this right hub and spoke, and we have a gateway subnet also. And here in this virtual network gateway, if you go here we have a connections. Okay, if you go for here add connection, here only you can create the that connection from using express route from on-prem to Azure. Suppose here, so before we could have the express route, then only you can create this actually. So just I want to show you because of we can't create express route connection from side to side, right? So that's why I'm just trying to show you the options here. So this is all one time changes or implementation will do the organization. So you won't do always. Okay, this you won't like you'll get the opportunity to do this all, but you want to know that how it's going to act it, how it will work, and what are the options is required. So now I'm creating the connection like South India. Okay, and here we should use express route, right? This gateway we have selected as a connection type is express route. Do you remember while creating a virtual gateway? So we have used only express route. We didn't choose the VPN type. So if you use the VPN type of when creating a virtual gateway, then it won't support for the express route connectivity. Okay. Here you can see virtual gateway. This is the virtual gateway by default. Here we are going to select the express route. If you already have express route, then you can select this. It will show you the express route. You have to select that. So that way it will, how it's displaying the virtual gateway, it will display here. And you are going to click here and it's creating the connection. So that way from the express route, from this, you have express route circuit. Okay. Then we have, you can tag for that express route connection to the virtual gateway. So then you can able to access the resources once your connection is created here. Now what we are doing it, once we do this, the connection will establish the from on-prem to Azure. Okay, suppose now the same express route. So now we have express route, one express. Imagine that. Okay, currently we have a one express route that is for South India. Same way, if you want, you have a other virtual network gateway. As you asked, you have a one more virtual network gateway in the same region. Okay, suppose let me explain this way. So I have a cloud. Okay, in this cloud, and same like that we have on-prem. This is express route connectivity is there, and this is a VNet. These are the VNets. Okay, and same like that we have others also. You can take either way. If it's been a different region or the same region also, we have a, you created, this is one hub and one hub. Okay, when this one will act as a hub, when you have a virtual gateway, correct? So you have created a virtual gateway here, and you have created a virtual gateway here, then you make it as a hub. So, but you have only single express route connection. So once you go for the virtual gateway, and you can create a connection for the using existing express route. Same like that, you can create a connection. How we are doing here, right? Same like that, if you go for each virtual network gateway, you can create a connection using this express route. So single express route, you have a multiple hubs, you can do this way connection method. Hello? No, you got it what I'm telling?
Got it, bro. Yeah.
So you looking the same, right?
Yeah.
So I have a number of hubs. So how I can use that? So you don't need to different express route. If you want, you can make it. So that will act as a redundant. So suppose now I have only one express route. Okay. Using this express route, I can create a two connections. So each virtual gateway, it having a connection of express route. So here also hub now, this one also hub and this one also hub. So these all are as a connected as a spoke VNet. Okay, it can be talk over the express route from the on-prem. Okay, the same like that. This is a spoke and this is the hub.
Yeah.
It's been accessing the resource of on-prem. Suppose here this is, if you go break anything issue comes, both the regions can't be connected. So that's the reason better we can recommend to use another express route circuit. So we have a high availability.
Yeah.
So if you have this express route, so creating a connection using this express route also and this express route also. So you in the same virtual gateway, you're creating two connections. Yeah. Because you have two express route, right? You can able to create two connections.
Okay.
And same sign like that. Here also we can create for this one and this one. Okay. So if maybe if one express route goes down, your connection, we have another connection also here from this, right? So your traffic will go via this express route to on-prem. Same like that, if this goes, this is going to connect it to this and it's going to via on this express route via going to on-prem. So that way also you can able to establish. See, this all based upon your how the infrastructure. how you want to provide the high availability of your infrastructure. This all will comes as a infrastructure. This it will be plan everything by architects, okay? But you want to understand while seeing, if tomorrow if you go for your organization, if you go for virtual gateway, you have to go, if you click that virtual gateway and if you click on the connection, if the connections here, it will show you the how many connections are there and which express route that connection is being connected. Here you can go for the virtual network gateway and go for the connections. Here you can identify. So that way you have to, you can, by seeing only you have to understand how that configuration like infrastructure has been designed from the Azure cloud to on-prem. Okay, how the express route circuits we have, and how the connections has been established from the express route to connections, how many connections are created for the different region or same region, how it was created, you can verify here. You got it?
Yes, bro.
So some cases you can see some organizations will manage only one express route and some organizations will manage two express routes. Okay, so that is they are using for the high availability of the resources.
Okay, here we're talking about on-premises and Azure both. So in that case, we can call as hybrid.
Yeah, when that is the first class, right? When we have a combination of Azure and on-prem, then that model is a hybrid model.
So now we are seeing this model is a hybrid model.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's general question, bro. So we have create express route to connect Azure and on-premises. So through this express route, so what activities we can do? I mean, we are transferring data, or what is doing? We are migrating VMs, or what we can do this?
We have just enabled the channel, connection channel we have enabled. You can do whatever you want. Now we have a connectivity.
So we can migrate VM from Azure to on-premises, Azure also.
You can do.
Okay. Okay.
Anything end-to-end, any activities you can perform. This is the only the last high level the connectivity method. So as I said, right, in previous slide, if you go for, there is a three types. One is point to site and site to site and express route. So this is the we have a custom option. You can increase the speed and bandwidth also. Okay, 100 Mbps speed you want, or 10 GB, how you can able to increase that. You have to change you have to upgrade the bandwidth in the express route. Okay. Here we have limited bandwidth also. It will work. This is just for the site to site in the sense. So normally you can use for the site to site also. There is a huge value of 100 VNets and that kind of heavy traffic, right? If 100 VNets in the runs, it's not a small. How much? Maybe 5,000 or 6,000 VMs and storage accounts will be 10,000. So the resources will be high. So the traffic will be high. So site to site VPN, it won't suffer that much load. So that cases will go for express. Okay. So when we'll choose this site to site in the sense, we have a on-prem Azure resources like a minimum like a 500 or 600 servers or 1,000 servers below that, and we need a connectivity, so we can establish the connections, but the traffic will, you can't increase that exceed that to the speed will be vary. Okay, so when you have a huge resources, the traffic will be high, then we can use for the express route. Same like that, how we have created that same site to site VPN has to VPN has to, these two act as a VPN type connections, and this is a express route. Okay, while creating a virtual gateway, we have to make sure that which type which connection you are going to create, based upon that virtual gateway has to create. Okay, here in the same how we have used this same, we are going to create the site to site connection from the on-prem to Azure, and same like we need a virtual gateway, and what are the prerequisites you are using, same it's required here. And apart from the virtual gateway, here we need a local gateway also. Okay. You are using this here your on-prem subnet, which subnet you want to allow, that subnet we have to allow in the local gateway, local virtual network, local virtual network. And same way that gateway subnet has to be allowed from this device. So that way you can able to creating the connection using the site to site. But express route you are not going to create directly. Express route you are going to request, just we are initiating the request in the Azure, and there is a custom like MPSL connection, right? You know, right? MPLS connections, the like vendors, BSNL, Airtel, other third party.
Yeah.
So those will call it as MPL connections, okay, MPLS connections. So those will create you the express route circuit connectivity between on-prem to Azure. The express route circuit they are going to create. So you are just giving the information for them while creating this request, and they will create it. Okay, end to end you are not going to do that. You are going to select that which that MPSL connection vendor, for that reasons how many vendors are is available, and you can let me try if you can show you that also. If you go and click here, we are going to select some information, and here let me select the resource group. Okay, which region? And the name of the express route. Okay, South India. I'm just giving this name. If you go for configuration, you are going to select the port type, the provider, okay, or you're creating the new or important for the classic. So we are not using that anything, and we are going to select the provider. Here, these are the providers here. You can see. So these are the providers. How we have Airtel and BSNL like this. So for this reason, we have these many providers. It's been available for this. Okay.
These are third-party vendors.
If you select this, so this Verizon and this all the network providers. Okay. If you select this, you are going to select the peering location. So what is the next peering location? Okay. So that will based upon your infrastructure. Which location? Peering location means from where, which location to which location? Where is your on-prem location? That how we are making the peering connection between two units, right? Like same like that. You are selecting that connection. Okay. I'm selecting the peering location, and what is the bandwidth? My connection should be how much? Maybe 100 Mbps or 500 Mbps or 1 GB. It is about up to 10 Gbps. Okay. And you can just select that 50 Mbps currently. Okay. And here you can go for the standard. Okay. And here you can see the billing model. So that based upon the traffic you use, so that way it's going to provide what the meter it's going to calculate it. Or you can use unlimited. Okay, this normally will use for this metered. Okay. If you change this, it will be cost will be better. If unlimited, that the package they'll give that unlimited when how much you have to pay for this Mbps. If it's a metered, how much the bandwidth you are consuming, so based upon that you are going to pay. Okay. Allow for classic operations. No. Yeah, we are not using the classic operations here. Okay. That way you're just providing and creating that. Okay. Let me just create it, and we'll see. So if we create, then it will go for the this is going to go for the third party vendor, the request. Then they'll share you that information. Then it's going to build that actually. Let me create it and we'll delete it immediately. Once you're done, they'll ask you that you have given just selected the South India and the London. Okay. Once you selected, how you know which ranges has to be allowed? That information you have to we have to give them. Then only they will create. Here you can see they have to provide the private IP, public IP, and Microsoft one. Here we are going to provide that information. Primary subnet and secondary subnet. Okay, this one you have to provide. Then only you can able to create the express route circuit. So currently it's
Oh.
been grid out circuit is not provisioned yet. So they will provision here. Once
Hmm.
circuit is provisioned, you have to provide that primary and secondary. So which the connectivity, always we are going for the private connectivity. We are not going to go with the public. Okay. So here we are going to be allowing the connectivity ranges. Okay. This way now we have created the express route circuit, right? Let me go for now virtual gateway and we'll try to create the connection. Okay. Guys, you're understanding, right?
Yeah. Yes, bro.
See, network, virtual network concept is very important and it's very difficult. If you miss one turn, then you are confused. Then in next classes you can't able to understand. That's why I'm trying to. If you go for connections, this is a virtual network gateway. Here we are going to create the connections. For what connections you are going to create? You are creating the express route connections you are going to create. You created express route circuit, but from express route to for VNet, you are creating a connection. Okay. How you are creating? You are creating from the virtual network gateway. Okay. I'm selecting express route and I'm here. Let me select this. See, here you can see, right, express route circuit. So you have to select here. You can see now virtual gateway and express route circuit. Okay. And we have to click OK here. And it will create the connection here. So fail because of that is it's not provision, right? See,
Yeah.
not provision that circuit, right? That's why we have just created the express route circuit, but that inside that private circuit is not provisioned yet. Okay, that's why
Yeah.
it's so this way. I just show you that options. Okay, so if you go on here and click add, so these are the options you have to select while creating the connection name. Okay, here we have to select the express route circuit and we have to click OK. This is when we have to do this. The express route circuit is created and only in your region. This is express route circuit is created in which region? South India. Suppose same express route circuit if you want to use for another, maybe this is UK. Okay, this virtual network, assume that this virtual network is in UK. You want to create a from this hub to this express route circuit. At that time, you can't able to select directly for this express route circuit option because of this is a different reason. It won't show you here. For that one, what option you have to select? You have to select immediate authentication. That time you have to go for that subscription and you have to get the authorization key and clear circuit URI. Then only you can able to create the connection. Okay, if you go, let me show you that also how we can get the authorization and the peering circuit. Okay, you have to create that one connection in the subscription. I don't know it will support for the test account. Let me try. Okay. That option. But option is not there for the test account. So here we have that we have to here there will be authentication option, and there you can create a key, actually authentication key and URI you can create. When you create authentication, the URI also it will come. So those authentication has to be allowed in the connection while creating a connection. Then only you can like able to connect that this one create the connection for that subscription one. So sorry, not for the like subscription should be in the express route. So here you can see, right, here you have to enter the this is the URI, and here you are going to be creating that connection. Let me create for, I'm thinking UK. So yes, so I'm just saving it. Okay, here it will create the authorization key. Yeah, you can see, right, this way you are going to create the authorization key, and this is the URI. So here this one, copy this and go for here and copy this URI and go for here and collect that authorization key, copy this and share. So this way, when you need this, only this circuit is in different region, but you want to peer with a different region virtual network gateway. So that time you have to use the redeem authentic authorization option. We have to use it. Won't, you don't work for the direct selecting the circuit, it won't show you there. So you understand what I'm telling?
Yeah.
So
Yes, bro.
So one second, bro.
sorry.
1 second, bro. Redeem authorization. Tell me.
So redeem authorization will, when you need, in the sense, let me uncheck this one. Okay. So now whenever you, now currently you have express route circuit is created in where? South India. Correct. So now this virtual network gateway also in the South India. So that way, while selecting this, you can able to see that this express route circuit. If this virtual network gateway in UK South or East US, so you, what is their East US to this? Now currently this is a East US VNet. Okay, so this VNet you want to create a connection from the existing where the existing express route circuit in South India you have that. Let me go for the graph. Okay. So now this is in East US. Okay, and this is South India. Okay, so now you have a only one circuit, you don't have this. Imagine that you don't have this circuit. Okay, you have only one circuit which we have created in South. Okay, this is South India, right? These two units are in South India, these are in East US in different region. So now you have only one circuit which is created in South India. So if you want to make the connection, this we have talked about, right? We can able to connect like this. If you want to, this circuit you want to connect for this virtual network gateway, what you have to do, when you click here, it's showing here, right? Because of this is currently in South India, it won't show when you choose this. Sorry. So it won't show when you choose this virtual gateway, it won't show in your here, the circuit it won't show. Because of why it won't show here, in the sense, this is in South India, but you are creating the connection in the East US2 virtual gateway. That's why, because of those, both the reasons are different. That's why South India express route circuit you can't able to see to select this option. Okay, when you don't have this option, while clicking this you don't see any circuit. So why you can't see there? The circuit is in the South India, but your connection is creating in East US2. So that's why the express route circuit is in different region. That's why you can't able to select here. For that case, you have to use for the redeem authorization. Here you have to select the authorization key and peer circuit URI. Where you will get these two? Where is the express route circuit? You have to go for that express route circuit. You are going to create that authorization key, and this is the that URI circuit URI, and this is the this way, like you are going to create a authorization key. Those two details you are going to be updating. You both the two details you are going to update here, and you are clicking here to create a creating express route connectivity from this express route circuit to EAST. So this we are going to create required redeem authorization credentials that you use when you have to another region express circuit. You want to create a connection from the different region. Those details you need. Suppose if you want to create this one, then you can directly able to select the circuit. You no need to use the immediate authorization, because of both these two expressive circuits also in South India and virtual gateways in South India. So you don't need to use redeem authorization. When this circuit is in different region and you want to create a connection to South India to different region, that time you have to use the redeem authorization option. We have to choose to create a connection from express route to virtual network gateway. Guys, understand?
Yes, bro. So after this connection, the US virtual network will connect on premises through South India express route.
Yes. Yes.
So in the same way, we can do that. South India, we need to, if we have any express route in East US also, we can do that in the same way.
Yes, also. So here, now you have created a using remote authorization while creating a connection here. When you using this, you have suppose now this is we have a connection. Okay, here we have a express road. So that time for this connection, you directly can select this express road circuit.
No need redeem authentication.
Yes, reason you can you don't need to select a redeem authorization. You don't need to select. So you can select by this express circuit. But this you don't have this. If this one want to this resource want to connect to the on-prem, while creating this connection, you need to use redeem authorization connection method. You have to use while creating a connection.
Okay.
Okay, so that is the difference while creating a connection. When you will use for the redeem authorization, when you use for the express route circuit. Got it? When if you select this circuit is not available, in the sense your express route circuit is not in the same region. Your express route in the different region. That's why you are not able to see here. That time you have to go and select here and go for the which express route you want to create. There you have to create a authorization key and use this authorization key and circuit URI to create a connection from different region express route to this region. Okay. So this you can able to create a connections on the virtual gateway using express route. Okay. Have any questions now? Maybe you won't do handle this every day, but you have to know this how it's going to be work. Maybe someone will ask interview, but this is very in networking side is very important. If you go on, no one will tell you about these details. Okay.
Okay, bro.
Very important. Which case, what authentication method you have to use, and how we can create express route connectivity, and the use cases. Which if you have a different region, in the same region we have a different hubs. How we can create the single express route if we have. How we can create the connections if we have dual. How we can do the like a cross connectivity. So one express route goes down. How, and if a virtual gateway goes down, so what could be the impact? So this it will be, it's not easy for them anyone to explain. Okay, this is very important. If you understand this, then we can play with the Azure. Okay, these all concepts.
Okay.
Okay, this is about the networking, and the connections, which we have connections we have talked about, right? So the peering connections. Okay, so that way we can create a peering connections, and I showed you, right? So we are like we want to adding and increasing the virtual machine address space. You can't increase until you can make that VNet should be in isolated. Okay, this is one important point. And now we have already discussed this. To these peerings we have discussed. So DNS also we discussed. And now service endpoints. So service endpoints in the sense, well, you are just allowing that. Here you see, so these two subnets we have allowed for this service, Azure activity. Directly. If you want to allow new subnet for this service, you are creating a subnet you can add. Otherwise, you don't want to be allow all the services. Only specific service you want to enable for this virtual network, you can enable it. So this currently we have two VNets. We have allowed for all the services while creating a subnet. Yeah. You can see this all at this subnet is allowed for this all services. Okay. And we have already discussed about the private endpoints. Do you guys remember? You forgot already.
Yeah, I remember.
What is use of private endpoint? What is a private endpoint?
If you want to connect our VMs through privately with secure tenants, so we can use private endpoints.
So not only VMs, private endpoints is providing the private connection to allow the connections. So that way it will be more secure.
Yeah.
We are giving the network interface card for this private endpoint while creating. So any connections which are creating the private endpoints, it's creating from the virtual network only. Which are the virtual network we have created, from that virtual network, it's creating the connection. It's not using the Azure backbone network also. So
yeah, it work on VNet level.
Yeah. Okay. And we know about the this here. You can just see the properties of the virtual network. And here we know about the, we have discussed about the logs, how it's going to be, and we discussed about this, all the monitoring stuff and these steps, all the services we have discussed already. So here one finish here, we can see the diagram of that. So what is your current connectivity is there for this virtual network? See,
okay,
this is your VNet, and this VNet is connected to one gateway. Okay. And one, this gateway is, see here, these are the resources in this like a core net. This is a virtual network. In this virtual network, what are the, is there two subnets is there, one virtual gateway is there, three resources is available for this VNet. One is app subnet, one is gateway subnet, and one is virtual network. Okay, this subnet is not connected to any resources, this is not used. And gateway subnet is connected to which? Virtual network gateway. Okay, and virtual network gateway is connected to what? Express route, sorry, express route circuit, which we have created. Express route connection, sorry, express route connection, it's failed, right? South India express route circuit, this was created using this virtual network. So this way you can able to see the how the current the connectivity is there, you can see in the diagram. So based upon the resource group or VNet, how you can, how you want that, you can able to see that. See, so based upon that resource group, how it's been in this resource group. So this is the VNet, it is there. You can see the VNet also is changed once you select the resource group. So in this resource group, we have a VM, we have a default subnet. So how many subnets we have? Default subnet, Azure based in subnets, demo based in subnet. This is a Bano ESBT2. These are the four subnets we have in this virtual network. In this virtual network, one is here, one NIC is here, and one more NIC is here. These are the two NICs, and this NIC is connected to this virtual machine. And for this, we have this NIC, we have a NSG. Okay, and these are the things we have for the, this way you can able to identify how this connectivity is being established from the for that VNet. Okay, you can just to understand how, if you doesn't know that how it's being connectivity is there, you can able to see here and you can try to understand that.
Okay.
Okay, And this is the important. Apart from that, I have to tell about the energies actually. So when I'm creating a virtual VM, I didn't tell. So I told you to, I will explain in the virtual network in the subnet level. Okay. So what is the energy? What is the energy? And we have discussed. But
Say
we
network
have
security
not
group.
discussed about the rules actually.
Yeah.
What is energy?
So NSG network security group, it will allow ordinate traffic according to the our requirements.
Yeah. So energy lacking network. What is energy means? Network security group. It's act like a firewall.
Yeah.
Using energy, we can control the traffic, either allow or deny. So with these two actions, we can control the traffic source and destination with the specific port range or subnet range or service tag based. So those level we can able to control. Okay. So let me go for the NIC. So sorry, energy. So you can see, so this is energy, and so these options we know about activity and AM tags and everything, and we are going to talk about here. So this is the inbound security rules. So by default, these three rules it will be coming for whenever you create a energy. So this 65,000 and 65,001 and 65,500, these rules will create by default, and by default all ports will be denied here. See, 65,500 port is denied, all inbound connections been denied. So if this all ports is denied, so how this RDP is working then? We are able to take the RDP of this VM, right?
Yeah.
How it's working? And you can see here other ports are the load balancers and this one also created, but these are both allowed. If these ports, if you deny, maybe you can deny. How you can deny in the sense? Maybe this is the priority, but you can create the with a different priority and you can select the same source and destination. You can deny also this one also. If you deny this in your virtual machine, none of the one VM you can't able to connect, and their connections will broken. It will broke. Within the VMs also it won't communicate. So that's why by default this been default ports been allowed here, these two network. If you want to make this one also, if you deny for this, then you have to change, you create one more rule and change. This is now 65,000, sorry, 65,000, right? If you 65,000, like if you 60 for 60 4,900 port if you create, then and you can that priority you can disable this, so then RDP it won't work. Means this rules works on the priority. Which priority number is low, that rule will impact, that will rule will apply for the first. Okay, so that's why if we create the rule with the same connectivity with the lower priority, then this rule it will not work. Now you have created a 300 for RDP and you create 100 with the rule of same rule. If you create for RDP and give the priority as 100, then RDP also it won't work.
Okay.
So that way the based upon the priority the rules will work. Okay, whenever you're creating a rule, so very careful while giving the priority, okay, and allowing the connections. Now I want to allow, the user is requested to allow the connection one of the source and destination IP range. If a request comes to you, how you have to create a allow that source and destination from the energy level. Okay, now you can click on the go for the energy and go for the inbound and you click on add. Here you can see source is any, means either IP or service tag or application security group. So I'm giving here IP address. If the source, if they are giving IP, you can give IP. Otherwise, they are giving the service tag like a internet or virtual network or load balancer IP. So if this is a, this are comes as a service tag. Okay, if you they are giving the service tag, you can give that service tag. Otherwise, always use for the IP address. Okay, here you, if you want to individual single VM IP, also you can allow, or if you want to allow entire subnet range or VNet range also, you can able to allow here. Okay, like this, you can allow source. And I'm giving port. What is the port number? So if you give a star, it will be allowing by default all the ports. So I don't want to be allow all the ports. So I can give that port also. 3389 or 80, whatever it was. So from this range source and source port, this from this port and from this IPs and this port, and destination should be IP address. Okay. I'm giving here 10.2.0.0/21. I'm giving this IP, and here I'm using as a service. Service as a custom. So by default, if you want to use this, you can define custom ports. You can use, or if you want to have a, it's not this, under this you don't have this port, and you want to do the custom port, then you can keep this as a custom, and you can define the port number, what the port number you want, 88 or 443 or whatever the port, or 1443 or 14, whatever the port, or 1433. So what are the ports you want to allow? So here you can allow, and the protocol, either it's been any or TCP or UDP or ICMP, you can select that protocol and you can allow. And here the actions, right, as we discussed, like the NSG will perform two operations, either allow or deny. So this rule, which are the rule you are going to create, this has to be allow or deny. If you allow, you can leave it as, and if you want to deny from that range, this range should, this port has to be denied from this range, then you can use here the allow or deny. Okay, so currently I'm giving from this source to, I'm not going to give this, my VM IP is 1.0.0.5, I think, yeah, 5. What is the IP? 1.0.0.5. Malfunctions range IP6. Okay, let me go with the other range. So this way, I'm just allowing from this range to only this is my VM. From this source to say destination means my VM. I think this is my VM NSA, right? So for this VM, I'm allowing for this range of IPs. I'm allowing for this destination using for this port. So that way you can allow. And here the destination port also should be the same. You can, otherwise there has any other port, or you can define this. Okay, otherwise if you want to set as a destination port should be infinity, or you can put as a star. So all ports will be destination level, it can be allowed here. So that way you can create the rule, or you can just, you can mention that. So 443 or 1433. Okay, and you can just create it. So this way you can able to create the rules in the NLC. So it's been created successfully. So this way you can able to create successfully for the incoming. Same like that, if you want to allow from that this mission, from this mission to any specific range or specific IPs, we have to create a connection. You have to specific port or specific range you have to allow. Same like this, you can create that port here using the same, like selecting IP and giving the IP address and port number, and destination and IP address or port number or service tag or IP addresses. Okay, you can define the port, and same like if you want to allow or deny, you can able to restrict. If you deny, if you want to allow, you can allow, and you can set that way you can able to create the NSG rules. Okay, so these energies can be tagged in the NIC level or from the subnet level. So you can see this energy has been tagged from the NIC level. It's not been tagged from the in the subnet level. I don't think the same energy we can tag from. What is this energy? Okay. Which subnet? Let me go for default. Okay. So same energy we are tagging from the NIC level and the subnet level. So already we discussed about that. Energy can be tagged only in the NIC level and subnet level. So energy has been controlling the traffic from the NIC level and subnet level. If you allow that energy in the attached to the associate from the subnet level, so the traffic is managing for all the VMs inside the how many VMs are there. So all the traffic you are controlling not from the individual VM, you are controlling from the subnet. If you want to manage for each VM, you want to manage the rules, then you have to create each VM, you have to create energy, and you have to allow or deny the traffic in the energy level. Okay. So now you can see, so this energy has been tagged from the subnet level and in the NIC level also. Okay. So any questions for this?
No.
Sorry. So here
No, bro.
the request we are just allowing the connections or denying the connections. Based upon that, if someone is asking you what you want to allow the rule, so you want to just to know like if you need and you have to understand that what they requested. Okay, while creating a rule, make sure that to creating a rule, so which IP range you are all going to allow and which. So if you by mistakenly if you use some other IP, then it's going to block for other network also. Okay, so you should be
Okay.
very careful about that. Not only for that, anything network changes you are going to do, not one time, thrice we have to check and do implement, because of if you do single change, it's going to impact for your entire network. Okay, so it's not got the affecting for single resource. When you're doing the changes or something, it's been impacting for entire organization is going to be impacting. Okay,
Okay.
that is about the energies, and let me create the firewall and we'll discuss the firewall also today. So here I'm just creating a firewall, the same resource group. Okay, and here I'm giving the firewall name to South India firewall. Okay, I'm selecting as South India. Okay, and here I'm going for the standard, and here I'm using, see here we have a two ways we can able to manage using Azure policies to manage the firewall, or we can use for the uh, firewall rules. How we have a energy rules we are used, right? Same way, if you want to create a rules based, if you want to monitor the manage the firewall, we can use that. So this firewall has to be tagged in which virtual network need to tag, I mean to say. So currently the values, let me go and use the existing one. So I'm selecting this existing one. So I think we have to create a firewall subnet for this. Azure firewall use different source group. Okay. Or I can create a new virtual network also, so I can avoid this. I'm using this. I'm creating the new VNet for the firewall. So for this firewall, we need a public IP, and I'm just use this created in the new resource group and the new VNet for this firewall to manage your all virtual network traffic. So I'm just using for the tags and I'm just reviewing it. So this with this resource group I'm creating in the same South India and use it for the standard SKU, and this is the VNet which I'm going to create, and this is my VNet range, and this is my firewall subnet range. Okay, and we have a created public IP to manage this Azure firewall. Okay, I'm creating this Azure firewall. So all the organization, they won't use the Azure firewall. They'll use Palo Alto firewall and other third-party firewalls. They'll create and they will manage our network. So we have an option in the Azure. We have a Azure firewall also. So if we are using the Azure firewall, how we can manage the traffic, like how we can allow or deny the using external connections or internal connections, that we are going to discuss. So while creating, you have any like doubts you can ask, we can discuss actually. Hello.
Yeah, bro.
Have any other doubts?
Yeah, no.
You are there, huh?
Sorry.
Disconnect. So if you want to continue or you are alone, if you want to continue the firewalls, or can we discuss?
No, we'll discuss later, bro. Only I am alone, right?
Okay, then.
Discuss tomorrow.
Okay, then thank you. Bye.
Yeah, thank you.